that activated. Let's see. Them notifications got to get turned on every one of them. All right, there we go. Cool. All right. Should be in the game. Yes, sir. All right. So yesterday closed hella bullish after making that wick down as anticipated that we talked about on Sunday night. It kind of retested like this little broken area right here, this little broken area right here, et cetera, et cetera. And it looks like price is potentially rejecting off of this same area once again, right there. So you can kind of see on a daily how this resistance is being respected right there. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. I don't put too much stock into the 4 hour, but I do look at it with my top down analysis. So it looked like this didn't close with much of a bottom wick, but it did wind up pushing down into what wound up being this 4 hour support right here. So am I surprised that it's starting to reject off of that? Not really. So let's see. The 1 hour is where we really start to do our deep analysis. And the 1 hour says that once again, we ran into this support right here. So we now have to make a decision when this 30-minute candle closes. Does this look good to continue up from, I think ranges are best identified on the 15 in this instance because you have like this resistance right here. And then you also have this next spot right here, I would say. And then you have kind of up into here. All I'm doing is looking for a resistance. I could go zone to zone to zone. So above this resistance, 70 pips. Above that resistance, 79 pips. So 80 pips. The only thing that makes me a little weary is looking left and seeing these rejections right here. It makes me wonder if price is going to get there and kind of start rejecting out the same way it did one time, two times, three times, or if we have enough volume to push past it anyway. Because I do like buying as close to resistances and supports as possible. So it would have been nice to get in something down here. So say if the 15-minute would have closed like right here, like slightly above this, I would have liked to taken that up to right there. But now that we done ran off from the bottom, 88 pips in the last 15 minutes, it's like, do we need a bit of a pullback or are we looking good to go up? So that's kind of something we got to ask ourselves. And I'm looking on my left hand screen. There's a 5 minute resistance right here. We shouldn't really too much be worried about that. But I mean, it's still a resistance that has to be taken into account. If this 30-minute candle closes with no top wick, that's also something where we're gonna be a little hand tied. So let's see. Not much of a top wick. Let's see what it does. So it kind of closed like right at this resistance, in my opinion, right here. And I wouldn't be surprised if this candle started rejecting down because if this candle now closes back in this range, this slick will be a good opportunity to take a sell in anticipation of it doing the same thing it did right here and right here, coming down into this little area, coming down into this little area right there. So you just, like I always say, price is just a repetition of itself. So if it makes a resistance right here, and even right here, every time it closed back under this or under this, where did it come into? Right here and here. Oh, sorry, here and like even beyond it one time. Now, if this wants to keep on running, which is fine, I would like a closure above this area on the 15. And I'm really confident that it will close above and continue up. It makes me, like I said, a little weary that this didn't close with a wick and we closed technically with a resistance right here too. So, but if it closed above here, I would be more confident that this is going to run on up. So I think 845 will be a potential move coming. So we'll have to see. Hoping it's 8:45 as opposed to 9:15, 9:30 because I got to go to the office today for team meeting. But I am on here at least until 9:35, 9:40 if we need to be.
No, I like how
Yeah.
price is moving.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, let's see. This threw a bit of a wrench in it right there with that closure, like no wick on a 30-minute candle and closing technically right at a resistance. Like that's a bit tough because what happened when the last time candle closed with no wick at the top? Came down. What happened that first next time or that other time that candle closed no wick at the top? Came down. So yes, this can push up, but I don't go off of possibles. I go off of previous data. Previous data shows me that when we close with no bottom or no top wick or no bottom wick, we usually start rejecting.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if this wants to run on up, they can clear all this out. That's perfectly fine because I'll just wait on 8:45 to go ahead, close above slightly, at least come up into here, at least, but likely up into there. But once again, this doesn't surprise me with the way the 4 hour tapped into this target, flipped back up to break its own high. And now we look like we're running up. And once again, I'm looking at all these time frames. Price is just a repetition of itself. What I identify right here is a 4 hour resistance. So if we close above that, we should be super straight to go up. Just don't need price to run off. That's the only thing. See, the daily high is very far away still. So right here. This was a pretty good retest though. So I would anticipate because this candle even closed above like right here on the daily. See what it want to do. If this exhausts down and pulls all the way back into here, that is a good ass sell opportunity, no lie. Especially with the way like if it comes all the way up to activate people, closes back bearish under here, that would be good. We just got to see what it wants to do in the next 11 minutes.
And then it's clean to the left too.
Yep, it's clean to the left on a buy and a sell.
Mm-hmm.
Above here, nothing in the way up into this little area right there on a sell. If it comes back down, nothing in the way really. Into here, maybe something right up in here, but that's still 25, 30 before you even improv and got to think about something. So I like both. I think I like buys a little more just with the way the dailies have printed. We called two buys yesterday. So price is really just in like a little nasty spot on the daily time frame. Like this is where we like kind of get in our range. That's why if you a swing trader right now, it got to be a little tough to be trading gold because unless price just continues to run up and up and up and up, it's done the same thing every time it gets up here, every single time. I don't want it to get all the way up here because when we don't have range or targets, that shit is not fun. So we will just see if this thing wants to run on up for us. I'll let it. Please do. We can even go down to the 5 minute and see if it closes above, like right here. That shit's still clean up into there. So give me a little opportunity. I'm with it.
Good little 20.
Man, listen. Look, what we say, we need one more push. We get anything over 20 to 25, I'll be cool.
Yeah.
With them lots being bigger, Don used to be a killer with 10, let alone 20, 25, 30.
Damn.
It's just it be when it be stuttering, I'd be getting a little impatient. I'd be like, man, it's a reason it's stuttering around right now.
Get out.
Yeah, facts. It don't make sense for me to see 25, want to get 33, and that should go back to break even. That's
Man.
crazy. I don't. It's funny because when I be going break even or when it be hitting my break even, I'd be like, damn. Well, that was a one whole trade where I just seen plus 500,
that
seen plus
should hurt. That
450.
should hurt more than losing your
Taking
account.
your profit, bro. I do not be mad about taking my profit and seeing that bitch run. I don't even think about it. Say, oh well, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I made my money. But seeing that bitch go from plus 420 to zero, you be like,
Oh, boy.
it's a whole nother good trade you got to take. But we'll see. We'll see. 30 minute. It's actually isn't terrible like on an impulse entry. If like you were watching to like get in on the break of this high with the stop loss down here, because this was a weak bearish candle. So you anticipate price finding a support right there, not closing below it and kind of maintaining it. And all that was just a continuation up, come down, come up. I'm sure it's called something special on, in trading. I just see a pattern of come down, break a weak bearish high, come up. Was it a head and shoulder? Yeah, it's time to go on up on these lot sizes for sure.
You say you put in a four?
It depends. Like a lot of times I don't need to put a four because if I make like 30 pips, I'm going damn near fuck my consistency up.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
only reason I don't be putting like too big of lots. But like a three will definitely do me right. Because if I do a three for like 25 to 30, that'll have me making 750 to 900, which is fine. But these 200s ain't doing nothing when I need 9K and 7K. Like I started accounts through Tradeify. Let's see, where is it at? Oh, right there. I started accounts through Tradeify and my profit target is 9,000 and I'm up 1694 on three accounts and then 1448 on one account and my target is 9,000 on the 150K, so 6%, and then 6,000 on the 100K, which is also 6%. I'm like, damn, like this is cool, nickel and diamond, but that's 9 trading days that it done took to get to $1,700. Like, bruh, we went too much. It's no
Yeah.
point.
Uh-huh.
It's really no point. Like, okay, bro, if I lose a band or 1,200 or 1,300 in a day from taking two negative trade, like, bro, it just is what it is. Like, I'm gonna get that shit back. But us nickel and diamond, 470, 266, 480, and 270, like that's cool and all. And that's cute. But I'm trying to make some real bread on a 150K. I'll say that on a 150K. It's different when you trading a 50K. Obviously, it's divided by three. But if you making 260, then I need to be making 780 or whatever it is. Hey, 720. All right, so it just tapped into this little target right here. Let's see what it's gonna do now that it reached that. Hopefully, it can close either above it or just start rejecting hard out of it because the 5 minute candle just closed weak as hell. This is now breaking this low. If this can come down, I'm talking about shoot down. I might be interested in that for the 1 hour quote unquote pullback that Raymond often refers to. It really can just close like under here, to be honest. I like it more if it closed under here, but I would be okay if it closed back under this as well. So we will see. And if it closes above, also looks good to go. If it closes in this range, we might be waiting until 9. Because now I got to make a decision of if it wants to go ahead and close above this or close back under to close in here.
What was that 34.15? That area?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
34.15 as where these blue can or where these candles closed in, but I also have a resistance right here at 34.12 that I would like price to close below because technically speaking, if this closes back under here, it could come back down, retest this to go up again. If it closes under here, then it probably is going to do what it did all these other times.
Go to the bottom.
But either one looks good. I just don't want to force it if I'm any bit hesitant. I don't want to force it really. Especially on an 845 candle. But if this closes weak bearish back under here or something, it would look good to come down. It's just like what you gonna do when you get here, and is it gonna reject off to continue up? Because every time frame is still bullish. It done broke the last 1, 2 hour highs. So we'll see. Because realistically, if this closed even above here, it don't look bad to come like into here. Like if you get a wick down to retest these, but it's just like you playing in like a pretty small range. Well, it's not that small, but depending on how high this closes up. Yeah, close like above that, wicks down to retest this resistance. Looking to target this. It's like a smaller range to take advantage of, but it's still a range though. 30.
Mm.
It's just like when I'm targeting when I'm trying to get 25 to be trying to squeeze that out of a 30 pip range be a little tough to me. That's the only thing. I'd be more confident for what it's worth in a buy above here than I would be right here. Just because if I get above here, which is a small, but it's a resistance nonetheless, that's a
You got a bigger
40,
range.
yeah, 43, 44 pip range to take advantage of. This closes like it does right here. Yes, it looks good to go up based on a lot of time frames, but it's just like, say it closes right there. Now you're talking about 18 pips to the resistance right there, 19 pips. Like, that's too small based off the 15 minute. So we got a minute, 30 seconds. See what it's trying to do. The 5 minute is about to flip back bullish right here, potentially. It rejected perfectly out of this resistance right there. Hoping that shit shoots up in the next 1 minute, 7 seconds. If not, it definitely is looking like a 9 o'clock. Let me go ahead and got this shit on a 5 for no reason. I'll do a 3. Yeah, it look like it's about to stall out a little bit. So the next wave of volume. All right, it's pulling back. Because even if the 30 minute starts pulling back, it closed bearish for 9 a.m. That's still cool. However, it looks to close back under here. Or if the 30 minute/1 hour closes above, we still good to go up. So yeah, it's closing kind of in the middle of the range right here. So not really enough range to take advantage of going up 20-ish. Well, really, it's right there. So 20 pips going up, no bottom wick. And then you got a resistance right here. So I'm cool to wait. Yeah, 9 a.m. should give what we looking for, in my opinion. I know I'm not taking nothing here in the next 15 minutes. So, considering I got to go to the office, I'm probably about to go take a shower. So, I will be back in the next 10 minutes or so. If you see a move, Roger, go ahead and call it like you be doing in the group.
I'm gonna call it.
He said 5 minute impulse entry down 3415.3. You could. It's just a very small range, 17 pips. The reason I didn't get in on the way up because it was only 17 pips. So if you were getting in, you would be using the break of this low right here, and you would have to use this stop as or this high as a stop. But the 15 minute just closed bullish. The 30 minute just closed bullish, and the 1 hour is bullish, and the daily is bullish. So I wouldn't get anything off the 5 minute counter trend trading right now. I would just wait on a higher time frame confirmation, and you would have been stopped out. So like I said, dropping on the wrong side of the road for sure. All right, I will be back in 9, 10 minutes. I gotta take a quick shower. Roger, like I said, call the move if you see it, but we likely waiting on 9.
Yeah, yeah.
About to mute myself. And we back, and we back, and we back.
Man, it's about to close. If it
Let's
could stay
see.
right there.
Hey, okay, I see you with the call. I see you with the call. Yeah, right, literally right here. Like I like it right here. I see this right here, but I'm not too much worried about that. I'm looking at the most recent resistance on a 15 minute. It can really close above this. I would like a double confirmation that it closed above that, but it doesn't have to though. So we will see. 15 seconds. I need a wick down to give me some sort of a stop loss. You can use a previous if we get on the break of that high, but that's not too bad. It's 43. Not terrible. Okay. So it did close above. So I want to come really like down into here. Let's see what I would use as a stop loss. This is a new 1 hour candle, so I would expect more of a bottom wick than this. If it breaks this high, that's fine. I am expecting a deeper pullback because I would think that a new 1 hour candle is going to give more than just a 6 pip down wick. Like I said, if it just runs off, it is what it is. But what I want is this to come down, kind of give more of a retest into here,
Uh-huh.
and then come up. And I can enter on the break of the high after that. So let's see if it gives it. If it don't, ID. If it drives, it drives. But like I said, if you were to get in right here, you would be having to either use the current low as a stop loss or the previous low as a stop loss. So let's see what it wants to do. Because even if this closes, even if like we don't get in right now and it closes like bullish at 9:15, you could still take advantage. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I'm like not really in a rush. I done fucked up plenty of times by jumping in this shit too early. I know when I get in this and a new 1 hour candle is open, usually it's gonna come down for a deeper bottom wick. All these candles have bottom wicks, even if it wasn't huge. Or sorry, that was a 15 minute. But most of these candles have had deeper bottom wicks than that. So let's see what it wants to give. For real, even if a 5 minute closes above, it don't look bad. Depending. I just really want a deeper pullback on the 1 hour. Because I know I identified this as a potential area that could stop up at, but realistically, like if you just look objectively, you got all this. I just put this as an area where price may have a little bit of a hold up. But like other than that, I mean, it
Looks
should
clean.
be, yeah, bro. It should be just straight good into right there. So that's why I'm really not too much worried about if this wants to run up a little bit for where I would have gotten in right here. Like it's really only up 8, 9, 10 pips. I have a feeling it's gonna make a deeper bottom wick than this though. It didn't even retest nothing. Closed above. So let's see. Like I said, even if I gotta wait on 9:15, I'm cool. It's only 13 minutes. Just don't. I mean, I'm just hoping that this don't fill this whole thing in the next 15 minutes or 13.
That
But
should
if
be
it
lame
does,
as
I guess
hell.
it just is what it is. Yeah,
Should be so lame.
facts. Let's see. Like I said, bro, I used to be a little 5 minute demon. Like this shit closed above on the 5 minute, then the next candle wick down. Like it's not a bad entry to get in on the 5 minute, really. But I really want a deeper bottom wick than this though. I think it can give it too. Same same way I was looking for sales or sales back under here is the same way sales can technically occur if we get a bearish candle closing back under here. So this can do all this right now, but if this thing pulls back and closes bearish back under like this resistance right here,
Hmm.
it slick could come down too, especially like 9:30, 9:15. Like we see it all the time because it could be rejecting out of this. So I think 9:15 will be a very telling um, closure for us, whether it's closing above here to continue or closing back below here to actually make the bottom wick probably into like this zone here. Um, Let me restructure my chart. So now what I'm looking at is this candle has closed above this resistance slash support right here, even though it was a slight closure, it was a closure nonetheless. So it closed above right there. So I will now make that my zone that I'm looking at to utilize. I'll have this right here as my first little target right there. It's not to say that price will hold up right there, just saying that it can. Objectively speaking, we should be able to fill all this, especially with volume. And then this is my long target up in here where all you got all these wicks and rejections and everything in between. So somewhere in this area right here. And like I said, I used to be a little 5 minute demon. I would have got in, well, woulda, coulda, shoulda, got in right here. But I just don't like that this still doesn't have a bottom wick. For sales, I'm either looking back below this zone that it broke above to come on down into here. But I also would be cool if a candle closed back under like here, right there, right there, to take it on down into like these supports right here. So this is also good if it closes back below here. Granted, this is a bit far away now. So we likely will be able to get into a sell before all this happens. Um, and last target, kind of like this area where you just want to find the most touch points. One, two, three, four, five. Where is price gonna likely hold up at? But right now, all we doing is waiting on the 9:15 closure. 9:15 will basically tell us if it's going to be a good opportunity to try to catch the volume to fill the rest of this range, whatever that may be, or if price is likely to start flipping to come on down for a longer bottom wick. And that people will be asking me, like in my DMs, they be like, "What do you mean you expect price to continue, but you want to catch the bottom wick?" So if say price close weak bearish back under here, I do anticipate that price will continue up with the way that this closed, but I do know that usually price have bigger bottom wicks than this. So if I were to catch the sell, like say on the break of the low, if it closed like back under here, I know that I'm not trying to stay in there too long, maybe like into right here, maybe into right here, just to catch that quick wave in anticipation of the flip still happening. So it looks like we're starting to exhaust out here. It just depends on how it's going to close in the next 7 minutes.
Yeah, it is getting tight in that range.
It is. But you see how, like right here, I mean, I think we would have taken profit if you would have gotten in this with the way it's moving. Like you've seen about 20, like that's not a great move. But when you seen 20, when you only technically had a 6, 7, 8 pip stop, I definitely would have taken a little something off the table at least. But I think the better move is gonna come after 9:15 of getting a real indication of how we're closing. It's looking like it's holding that support though. Every time it look like I want to start coming down. So this 5 minute candle closes in 5 seconds. So let's see if this is gonna come on down, break this low, and start actually pushing down, or if it's gonna respect this low right here and kind of maintain higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. If this can break this down, it looks like it's gonna start turning around because this is starting to exhaust out of here.
Mm-hmm.
So what goes down must come up, and vice versa. And yes, the daily is bullish, but I know that we are simply just volume traders. All I need is a little piece of whichever direction I decide to take. I prefer something to happen at 9:15 as opposed to 9:30, because if I take something at 9:30, that means I'm gonna be in, out, running out the house. That shit ain't fun. 158, 535. I need 161, 400, some change. Yep. So gotta keep on chipping away.
Come on now, make your move.
Exactly, one way or the other, however you want to do it. However you want to do it, go ahead and do it. Don't make me go ahead and get dressed. Let's see. So if this, I'm wondering, like you always hear me say, I always find any reason not to be in. I'm wondering if it's rejecting out of this. It's small and it's found on the 15 minute, but it also could be rejecting out of this right here. Any little area, I'll be finding any little area where price can potentially be getting held up at. So that's why I'm really not hating the sales if we can just come on and close back under this. Because if it closes back under this, where's my arrow? There we go. Close back under this, it could be good to come on down. If it closes above all this, we should be good to blast through all that, really. This is not too big to this range, but I really think that it's going to come and fill this rather than just getting stopped up right here. 5 minute. I'll see how this next 15 minute opens. I potentially may get in that buy with just how we pushing up, but I gotta see it close. If it closes above this, I will consider it. If it rejects out, I don't love that. And rather than using this 15 minute high, sometimes I'll even use like this 5 minute high right there and get in
Mm.
right there, because I know if it breaks that, then it definitely should break that. Like it's not
All
gonna
right.
just break this high and not push them extra 3, 4 pips, but you might as well take advantage of it. So we'll see how it opens up. If this next candle can wick straight down, I would consider it. But we getting a little close. It's a little close. So 1 minute, 8 seconds. That's where I be talking about. Damn, I wonder if I should throw a one. Higher that shit. Let's see. So if it closed down here, that'd be better than closing way up here. If it closed up here, then you got no range going up. 20 seconds. Let's see. So if it were to close, it's getting close, man. Ooh, is it gonna have a wick on the 15? mm, mm, mm-mm.
Damn.
Well, yeah, like I said, I just this right here is making me be like, let's see. So now it look like 9:30, closing above right here, taking advantage of this range. Or once again, same shit, closing back below. Just
Whichever
waiting.
one it closes on, man, that's definitely the move. But
Yeah,
damn,
exactly.
you just needs to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like this didn't have no wick, close right at a resistance. This don't have no wick, close right at a resistance. If this 15-minute can start close like pushing down though, I do think that it still can sell, honestly. So let's see what it does right here. If it actually is a zone that it will reject out of, or if it's just gonna push through it like nothing happened. Right here. That's a 30-minute resistance right there. And is it on the 1 hour? Yep, a 1 hour resistance right there. So we gonna see. Oh man. And slick, if 9:30 closes above, that'd be even better. Anyway, I wouldn't mind that. Because this is still 35 pip range to take advantage of. And it probably will even blast through that, to be honest. Somewhere like up into there. We'll see. I'm about to go ahead and start getting dressed. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I like it. I
Yeah,
like where it's at.
just needs to stay right there.
Right there, literally. Literally. I'm looking at the 5 minute. And if it can stay right here, that'd be perfect. Yeah. And then 930 should push through even all this, honestly. But I like it. Just don't need no foolishness at 930. That bitch is going, ooh. So let's see. Another idea as well. I mean, if it comes to it, I about to say if this closes weak bearish, you could take an entry on the break of the low, anticipate 930 volume to like come down. But I like to buy more where we are and with how it's closing. And you can slick use the previous 15 as your stop loss, honestly. I mean, it's only 20-ish pips.
Right.
So this can wick down to retest this, stay where it's at, wick down to retest this, and come on up into this area up here. That'd be great. We don't need to break this high though. Right now, it's only 3 minutes left. We will see. But since it's a smaller stop loss, I wouldn't mind even using um, a bigger lot. Also, as I always say, the technical stop loss in this instance would be really like the 1 hour low right here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like with the lot size that I use, I'm okay with saying like I don't anticipate sitting in this for no longer than the break of this low for whatever reason. We need this to come on back. Mm, 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 mm. I would prefer it to be down here as opposed to up here. I wouldn't even really mind up here, honestly, just with like the way the 930 pushes through. But it made me feel better if we could come back down just a little bit. 2 minutes. Just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Get all my accounts ready. That should get us in and just whack us out. It is what it is, I guess.
But the move was
1 minute. What? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is good. Like I said, you can either go break even when you get here or take profit when you get here. I anticipated coming up about 30 from here, especially 930 volume. If this bitch done ran up all this time, ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, now. Come on now. Don't do that. Mm, 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 mm. So I might as well get on the 30-minute candle now. I'm using the 15 as my stop loss, but I really want to wick down. I wouldn't even mind if it wicked down and broke this low, honestly, to flip back up. Because what Don used to call, or it's what Don used to call something, but it takes out these sellers or these buyers right here and then comes. All right, let's see. Come on down. Come on down. It looked like it just tapped it. If we can tap it one more time, like a look. All right, I'm gonna get in on a stop buy on a break of that high. All right, that's good. So this closed above on a 30-minute time frame. C 4.7, and now it's coming down to retest this. It's a real small. Oh shit! All right, got me in fast. All right, stop loss under here. Let's see what it does. All right, oh shit. Sell limit. Ooh, ooh, out. Order filled. Bing, bang. Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's
Let's
go. It should break the
go.
high. Yeah.
And you're right. It was still going
Yes,
too.
sir. Green, green, green. 660. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. And it should come on into here. I don't know what it's gonna do after that, but I'm cool calling it where I'm at.
Ooh, wee.
Yes, sir. 660 across these three accounts, 550 times five accounts right here. Slip me a little bit on this exit, but that's perfectly fine because I'll take my little green day. Y'all
Oh
boys
yeah,
be blessed,
oh
man.
yeah, you just went three.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man, listen. Me and Roger had a good talk yesterday, bro. I was like, bro, we gotta stop playing with this shit. when I
I
get
got
when I get to getting philosophical and shit, I'm like, bro, I'm tripping.
I
I'm
got my
tripping.
I got my
Yeah,
320 for the day.
yeah, that'll work.
320, can't beat
Yeah.
it, baby. Let me go
Yeah,
ahead and
that'll
mark this
work.
up. So shit. Copy image. Like I said, it
How,
should still push a little bit, but I'm cool where I'm at. That was a good ass
how you
trade.
do the journal on top one again?
On top one, you copy image right there. Do you go to your journal of performance stats
Oh, okay. All right,
and
bet.
then
All right, I
performance
got you.
stats right here? You can type in what you want to do with this journal ID right there.
All right.
Yep. So yeah, that bit pushing, but I'm good, man. And that's 2.13K across my four accounts over here. And I have to go manually, or my five accounts, sorry, my five accounts over here. And I got to go manually add my top ones. But that's a good ass trade. So that was a
Mhm.
breakout.
I'm finally 700 profit, man. It's time to get to the 1,000
Yeah,
mark.
it's time to go, bro. We've been bullshitting. We've been bullshitting. So 30-minute candle closed above. Price wicked down for how deep was that pullback? That was a good ass. That's what I be fucking talking about when I'm like, bro, give me the stop loss. Let's see.
Especially when
That
the
was,
lower wick went to the previous lower wick.
bruh, perfect, perfect. And I was like, bro, we closed right above right here too. Yup, yup, yup. So price wick down for technical stop loss slash retest. Targeted the highs, closed out plus 23 pips. Price went to target and beyond. I can say used previous 15 as technical stop loss for stop. Yeah.
Man.
I did use a previous 15 like technically, but like that shit was close as hell. Like that's what I be talking about, bro. That's why I be like, I want that bitch to come down, retest right here. That's what I want to retest right there. So, whoever else looking to trade still, eh, I would say, are we getting close to? Oh, okay, the daily high is up here. I will wait on a 15-minute closure above here, like right up above there. You do got a whole bunch of like mess right here though, so be cognizant of that.
But then it just ran up too much. It got to come down.
Yeah, it just now it ran up essentially from the bottom. How much now? Since the time we got on, goddamn, 250. So just be careful if you are still trading. Um, yeah, that's a day for me. I'm cool. Tonio at 9:30, my boy.
Yes, sir.
9:30. Hey
That'll
man,
work.
that'll work every time. Every time. All right, yeah, that was a 20 pip stop for like a 25 to 30-ish pip target. All this extra stuff is I mean, can't be mad at it, bro. I mean, that's the 1 hour highs breaking right here. Me, I'm just gonna target into the resistances that I see. I know that when price gets to this area, it had the chance of rejecting. I'm good. Let me take my money and go on about my day. 660 times three accounts, 159, 185 on this account, 159, 550 on this account, and 159, 130 on this account. I need 161, 400. So about 2,000 away on each account. And now that I'm going with the lot size I should be going with and with the focus that I should be going with, that shit should come in the next few days. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
ready. I'm locked in. I'm locked. Saved by the bell. Okay, Brandon. With the little 1K. For sure, for sure. All right, y'all boys. Let me get to the office. I'll be rolling that bitch at 10:02, and I don't like that shit. Let me go ahead and get there on time.
Say
All right,
less.
y'all.
All right,
On it
100.
y'all be easy.
tomorrow.
Yeah, for
Yep, that's a
sure. We
bit.
on tomorrow. Bet.